Shorter intro today. It has been at least a week since we played Genshin. Apparently, as usual, I step away from the game for a week, and then there's a big announcement. So it looks like the 3.7 special program is about to come out. We'll probably do a reaction to that. I still haven't done my reactions to the Baizhu Demo and trailer. Maybe we'll do that at the end if this turns out to be a shorter stream. But, yeah, that's all I have planned today. For, I guess, in-channel news, for anybody who doesn't already know, you can contact me through Discord. The links are always going to be on the About page here on Twitch or in the description of every one of the videos on the VOD channel. And that's all I'm really asking of you. Beyond that, challenge rules still apply. If I die or someone subs, we will do a poll. And with that sound, I think that means we now have a game scene to go to. Yes, we do. Alright. So we are going to pop into here. We are going to look at this, and look at this. Easy peasy. And I guess now we're back at 3 keys. Which means, hopefully, I will be able to do the hangout events in the downtime, provided that there is downtime. There probably won't be downtime for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be very busy the next couple weeks. So, who knows? Maybe the next time we stream will be when 3.7 comes out. Who knows? I think my controller is starting to move on its own. I've been thinking about buying a new controller. Yeah, that's definitely drifting. Yeah, that's definitely drifting. Okay. Search for a physician. Looks like we're going to Boo Boo Pharmacy. Which I believe is actually right next to the waypoint, so this might be a really short stream. Knowing me that this is probably going to be at least 2 hours. Hour 45 seems to be about the average time for every one of these character stories that we've done so far. I think the longest ones were about 2.5 hours. Yep. I see a Chi-Chi.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you lost?
No, I'm not. My name's Ayu, and I'm here because...
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gray. What's going on? Hi, Traveler and Paimon.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
I don't know, you can get... Old people get lost all the time.
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
I'm not a doctor, but he might be suffering from acute memory loss, maybe Alzheimer's, dementia. How old did you say your dad was?
So, what about your mom?
I'm guessing dead.
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Wait, why are we elaborating on this conversation when y'all should have already gotten to this point in the conversation?
I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Rite. So I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there?
I mean, he must mean Baizhu.
When we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millelith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
I asked the Millelith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured, maybe I can ask some other people in the city to help.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that right, Traveler?
We don't know what he looks like, though.
Junction can help. She has a good sense of smell, like a dog.
A snake that has a good sense of smell like a dog. I know that snakes do have a good sense of smell, but it's just funny to hear a snake get compared to a dog like that.
Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
Changsheng, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baizhu?
Uncle Baizhu?
Ha.
Changsheng, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition? As much as you can recall.
Yes, Dr. Baizhu.
Alright.
I see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Rite. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Was this supposed to come out, like, near Lantern Rite or something?
Is that so?
I mean, Lantern Rite was, like, a patch ago, roughly.
Are you? By any chance, is your mother's name Jiangli?
Whoa, yeah, it is. Do you know my mom, Dr. Baizhu?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to assist with the search. Would the two of you have time to join me?
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu that we'd help.
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful. We are most grateful for your support.
You can count on us. I still have feelings about how shady this pharmacy is run, but I'll set them aside for the kid.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is very important.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking to the Millelith guards at the city gates, see if they have an update.
His family. We have to find them.
Can you believe that little boy brought his father all this way to see the doctor? Oh, what a remarkable child. I didn't even know how to buy medicine by myself when I was his age.
Me neither. I wasn't really comfortable to talking to people I didn't know until I hit about, I want to say like 13-ish? I was really shy growing up as a kid. Actually, I think we can just glide from over here. There we go. That was faster than teleporting, I hope.
We searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield. But where are we gonna get the people?
Is that Alejandro Saab? I'm pretty sure it is.
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy. Dr. Baizhu. What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plains. But it is possible that he was bound for Luhua Pool.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
We'll take that area.
You will? Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying.
This kid's got a bright future ahead of him, providing both his parents are alive. Alright.
Incoming.
Mine. I should probably check to see. Yeah, we're going pretty far. Leeway is too huge of an area to search for a missing person. Why couldn't he be missing on Inazuma? That being said, if it was memory related, I would assume he would just start walking back towards the direction of Qingxi Village. But I'm not a detective. What do I know?
Can you hear me?
Is that him?
Look, there's somebody over there. Oh no, it's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further! Watch where you're going!
Hu Tao. I mean, I guess I should have expected Hu Tao to show up.
Oh, dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable. Are you all right?
Also, why are you out this far right now, Hu Tao?
Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hu Tao!
My, who do we have here? It's the Traveler in Paimon, and my worst nightmare.
Ha!
I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Hu, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu.
You're... Ayu? Who am I?
Your name is Xiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingsa Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
I hope it does, because it probably won't.
Oh, my name is Jia Liang. Liyue Harbor. See the doctor? Yes, I'm Jia Liang, and I need to see the doctor. Wait, why do I need to see the doctor?
Could also just be amnesia. But I don't know if there is exactly a cure to amnesia. Pretty sure there isn't one, actually.
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hu Tao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time.
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
I will carry him on my back like Chi-Chi.
Huh? Why what? What's the problem?
Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends?
Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
Are we making biological weapons? I don't know what's going on either.
There are traces of god remains in Jialiang's system.
Oh, like Kale.
Yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable.
Paimon, sorry, what?
This is one of those things that we probably should know about because of how close we are with Kale, but I don't know when chronologically this story is supposed to take place. Considering Lantern Rite has been mentioned twice, I'm assuming this story takes place right after Lantern Rite. But the question is, which one?
God remains?
There's no need to worry, Director Who. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Now you're bringing my great-uncle into this? Baizhu, just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Man, the actual tension here, I can feel it.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today.
Don't forget that we're here too.
Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jialiang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great-uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
Yay! I'm helping.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once.
Hooray! I don't have to walk.
Blockages within the cardiovascular system. Reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Probably not, but I bet someone in Sumeru could.
Don't you worry. Baizhu's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baizhu?
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
How's your mom doing, by the way?
So it's been a long time indeed.
I think we're forgetting the fact that the mom went out to get herbs and didn't come back. Shouldn't we still be looking for the mom? We can let the doctor do the doctor thing, but me and Paimon should go help look for the mom.
No. I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you so much.
Still need to find the mom.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Who, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient. Any distractions heighten the risk of complications.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
We'll be heading out now, too.
See you tomorrow, Baizhu and Chung Chung.
Bye for now, everyone.
Welcome to the arena of fate.
Welcome.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
Alright. I'm doing okay. What was that sound?
Huh? You know?
No, all's not well. We still don't know what happened to the mom.
People from his past. What do you think they were like?
You know, I use mother? Yes, the mom.
You must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can find out while Baizhu's busy treating Ayu's dad.
Alright. Alright. Oh, it's Hutao. I thought we would ask the kid.
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked doc's doing surgery.
Was that a poem? I feel like that was a poem.
Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
Do you mean how long have I been streaming Genshin, or just how long have I been streaming in general?
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious about Baizhu's master. What was he like?
In general, maybe about 10 years. We're not a big channel. We do a little bit of variety streaming. We try to tackle 1 or 2 games at a time.
Oh, and also, how come you and Baizhu could tell so quickly that Jia Liang had god remains in his system?
Yeah, we started out streaming stuff like Crypt of the Necrodancer and Don't Starve.
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war.
That rings a bell.
Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death.
In terms of like streaming as a hobby, yeah, at least 10 years. But now that I think about it, as for streaming like regularly, like more than once a week, that only started, I want to say, in 2017. Still a long time though.
These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baizhu learn to spot them?
We've been affiliate here for about 4 or 5 years, yeah.
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baizhu's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Makes sense. I think they talked about that in the special program.
Wow, fancy that! Huh. So, if he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baizhu's master?
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist.
Chenyu Vale, is that a place you can visit? Or is it like just a named location that we haven't seen yet?
That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle, because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead. My grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine.
Chenyu Vale.
They never spoke to each other again.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
You know, funeral director to doctor isn't as big of a leap. If you think about it, we have funeral directors, we have morticians, and then we have doctors. There's like one step in between. It's just one little hop, skip, and a jump, and a lot of medical debt and a lot of medical school debt later. But it is a jump that's pretty reasonable to expect.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days.
We have some of those. We don't allow soliciting in the chat, though.
But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met
I am
had
friends with
very
quite a number of
ominous
artists.
aura about him. And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics, and you've seen how wary Baizhu is around me. He'd never tell me anything. But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say.
I mean, I'm kind of obsessed with immortality, too. It's a pretty interesting concept. Especially since humanity might have less than 100 years left on this planet.
Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers. Never mind. We'll just have to ask Baizhu himself about all of this tomorrow.
We didn't get the answers that we even came for. We wanted to ask about the mother.
Oh, while you're here, have either of you seen Chi-Chi around?
Oh, god damn it.
It's not every day I get to infiltrate Baiju's lair, but alas, I didn't catch a single glimpse of her anywhere. Aha! What if Baizhu knew I'd be on the lookout for her and hid her away in advance?
You know what? If he's researching immortality, that also might explain why he keeps Chi-Chi around. Is there like a back door in here somewhere? Where was he treating that patient? Ah, there is a door. Trini juggling now. I should come back tomorrow. Cool. Oh, what's going on in the mailbox? Whatever. Time ticks. 10 o'clock tomorrow? I wonder. I'm not looking for someone to do digital art right now, sadly. Mainly because we don't stream often enough to warrant it, and at the same time, I already have like a large list of artists that have stuff lined up. I just don't want to invest into it right now. Especially right now, since this is a busy time of the year for me. What was I doing? 9 o'clock. Plus, I also like doing a lot of stuff myself. That's one of the other reasons.
It's a new day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Yeah. In fact, some of my artist friends are mods here on the channel.
Caillou.
Dad,
Hey, looks
you
like he's gotten
remember
better.
me.
Yes, I remember now. Oh, Caillou, I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom shown up yet? She's been gone for a while, hasn't she?
I don't really have that kind of pull, but you're already in the stream feed, so this VOD will be going up, and I'm sure people will see it.
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baizhu's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baizhu.
I would recommend trying to promote yourself more through avenues like Twitter, though, than spamming people in people's streams, because it's kind of distracting.
My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be apologizing to you for not making the time to visit in all these years.
What was your master's dying wish?
Not at all, Dr. Baizhu. It's only because Jiang Li... What was her reason again?
We still don't know if she's safe.
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while. Take it slowly and try not to overexert yourself.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
Director Hu, do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
I kind of forgot that Hu Tao was here, I'm gonna be honest.
It seems like the evil presence is gone after all. You really did manage to suppress it, huh? But how did you accomplish this in a single night?
Twitter is, now that I think about it, Twitter's in a weird space right now, especially with all that Twitter blue nonsense going on. Because I think they changed how Twitter works now, so if you don't have the blue check mark, all your tweets just get buried. Probably want to reach out to people in their DMs. That's probably where you want to try to reach out to people.
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue to monitor Jia Liang for as long as you wish. Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Ooh, he's dirty.
Oh, come on, Baizhu. I'm not that unreasonable.
I'd also recommend promoting through DeviantArt, because I believe on DeviantArt there's a lot of ways to reach out to other creators and share stuff around. Pixiv, too. Baizhu looking bad. What, is he sick too?
I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baizhu, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Qiangsheng and myself for a moment.
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking, they'd have all seen the sorry state you're in by now.
The Traveler already caught on.
But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Yeah, Chi-Chi.
Who's there?
It's me, Dan.
Why did you
The
follow
Traveler.
us here?
Thought you were looking a little unwell.
Oh, it's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
What did I just say about putting on a brave face?
What's the deal with the snake? That's what I want to learn.
Traveler, Paimon, the truth is, Baizhu did not cure Jialiang's illness.
Took it upon himself, huh?
Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient to temporarily subdue the poison in his system.
Interesting. That's how the heal fruit works in One Piece.
Baizhu, can you please explain all of this?
I think that pretty much explains it pretty well, Paimon.
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Changsheng's secret art to treat patients.
Interesting.
I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient.
Strange.
The poison has not been purged from Jialiang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Changsheng as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
So it's only temporary.
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh. Paimon always thought you were just Baizhu's strange choice of a necklace.
Man, all the fan theories that I remember reading all the way back were like that he might be married to the snake or something. But it makes sense that it's like a familiar or like a medium. That makes sense.
Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin.
Ha!
I was treating patients with Baiju's master's master long before he ever set eyes on his first medical text. Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
You know, I always assumed there was something special about the snake, but it never even bothered or crossed my mind that the snake might be hundreds of years old.
Please, that's enough.
You
look even worse now than before.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
Probably.
Hardly. Changsheng helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
I honestly don't trust half of what you say, if I'm gonna be frank.
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. We must find a way to neutralize the poison in Jialiang's body, and soon. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own.
Go on, Baizhu, let us help.
Baizhu, don't you think you should seize this opportunity? You cannot expect to hide this from everyone for your entire life. Time will see that all secrets surface eventually.
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Huh. Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you. But there's no need to thank us. You've helped us out before.
Oh, wait. Brain. Brain, you're a genius. So, if he could use life force to heal patients, if you're immortal, you have unlimited life force. You could heal unlimited patients. It's brilliant.
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. I think I should pay a visit to their family home and look for clues as to how he might have been exposed to it.
You know where his house is?
Yes. I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot to the west of Qingsa village. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Chi-Chi to look after the pharmacy. As well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother, my fellow disciple, Jiangli.
Finally, we're addressing the missing wife in the room. Alright, the quest for a cure. To West Qingse. That is a secluded house. Alright, up we go. Alright. Now that I think about it, whenever I try to promote any art that I do, I usually do it through Reddit, mostly. It also reminds me that, like, the last, 30 art things that I've done, I didn't put on my, Huh? Oh, it's down there. I haven't updated my DeviantArt page in a long time. I mostly do sketches, doodles, and some Wolfus art stuff for people who didn't already know. Most of the stuff gets posted in my Discord, so if you want to keep up to date on stuff like that, I usually post everything on my Discord channel.
Paimon's never noticed it before.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa Village many times in the past. If you ask me, Jiangli was trying to remain unnoticed.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here. Could you tell us more about Jiangli? You said she was your fellow disciple, right?
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale.
I keep forgetting to look on the map where Chenyu Vale is.
She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. That must have been Jialiang. Wait, Changxiang, are you saying neither of you had actually met Jialiang or Ayu before all of this?
Jiangli did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family. The last time she visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel? What happened? I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
Nor did Master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that should I ever encounter Jiangli or her family in the future, I should do everything in my power to help them.
That doesn't sound like an argument to me.
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jialiang.
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him. My decision would have remained the same.
That's some good quality doctoring right there. Which, I guess I'll bring this up now. I probably should have brought it up in the One Piece stream, but spoiler for Wano, I guess. If you want to watch, just skip ahead to, I don't know, let's give it 1 minute. Starting now. So, Wano, it's kind of annoying in Wano because there's the whole issue with the smile disease that's caused by the artificial devil fruits. And it's really weird that, several of the best doctors in the series, 3 out of the 4 best doctors in the series were present on Wano. We had Law. We had Chopper. We had Marco. That's 3 of the best doctors in the entirety of the story, and none of them, according to the author, have the ability to cure this side effect of a drug. And it was not even addressed that they couldn't in the manga. It was addressed in a question from the author after the fact in a follow-up SPS segment. It's kind of annoying. Anyway, just felt like bringing that up because it's something that's been on my mind pressing for quite a while now. Huh. Anywho. Spoiler talk over. If you don't want more One Piece spoilers, probably should be following a different streamer, to be honest. But hey, at least I gave the warning.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baizhu. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type. Sorry.
I mean, I had him pegged down as the sneaking, scheming type too.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions? You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't trust half of what you say.
What the? Okay, that was the most suspicious sounding thing you've ever said.
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now. Jiangli has lived in this house for many years. There must be something here that can shed a little light on this whole situation. Let's split up, but if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
Why did you have to say examine it? Observe wooden pillar. Several faint marks can be seen on the pillar. Maybe it was used to record Ayu's height as he grew up. There's some faded writing near the bottom mark. The more quickly Ayu grows up, the sooner blank can leave. Judging by the number of marks on the pillar, the family has led a secluded existence here for many years. Alright. Stack of wood. Firewood is neatly stacked. That doesn't look neatly stacked to me. The logs were cut with great power and precision. Whoever chopped the firewood must have been physically fit. Some logs at the bottom of the pile have begun to rot. It's been a while since any of the wood has been added to the pile. That's a book! Diary with childish handwriting. Some roof tiles broke. Mom and I tried to get up and take a look, but we didn't manage. Luckily, Dad was able to fix them in no time. The dinner table was a bit wobbly today. When we sat down to eat, Dad tried to fix it, but ended up breaking one of the legs by accident. Dad's forgetting things again. I'll have to write it all down for now, and read it back to him when he's feeling a bit better.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick!
What'd you find?
What is this?
Looks like medicine. I saw the same types of things wrapped up at Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Chung Sheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
God remains?
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains.
So you're trying to tell me that Zhongli was experimenting on her husband? I'm not surprised.
Is it? Breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
The potion is breathing? Yeah, that's weird. I don't know how to handle that.
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is alive.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain that to me.
Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads, capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances.
Oh, you mean like a virus?
If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads. Offshoots, essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
Strange. Is that why he was like wandering off to Luhua Pool, trying to walk off a cliff?
The call of the... Wait. So, back when Jialiang ran off, maybe that explains where he was heading.
He was going back towards Jingxi Village. Hey, I said that like earlier in the stream. I'm smart. SMRT.
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient. The mother lode.
Mother load.
It's getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to poison Jialiang? sudden?
Because the fact that this is here means that his wife is either experimenting or poisoning him.
Since this poison was carefully hidden away in a secret compartment, the one who concocted it is likely a resident of the house. You mean Xiaoliang? Why would he poison himself?
Maybe he drank it by accident. I myself am victim to occasionally drinking random vials of strange glowing liquid that are breathing.
Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here, and who might have expertise in crafting drugs. Huh? So you're saying it was Jiang Li? Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either. Why would she poison her own husband?
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiang Li does not strike me as the
Welcome
kind
to
of
the
person
arena
who
of
would do
fate.
such a thing.
How's it going? Welcome. What kind of person would do such a thing?
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from god remains?
I don't know. I guess if you can get access to god remains, I would have assumed anyone could have done it. Because from what we learned from like the manga, god remains are just kind of deadly. If you want to make a poison, I would just put it in a bottle. Shake it up, unless they want it stirred. Alright, here is your God Remains Martini. Full of poison. Enjoy.
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jia Liang about it once he has made more progress in his recovery.
Do you know the method to neutralize the poison?
Yes. According to the origins and symptoms of diseases, the minor loads will disappear if the mother load is purged. So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jia Liang's system without the need for any further treatment.
So all we gotta do is kill a god. Nice.
Do you know anything about god remains in Qingsa village?
I've only heard rumors, nothing concrete.
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging around here since the beginning of time.
You mean the Adepti?
Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't tell you anything about this? Well,
Oh boy, here we go.
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone from her memory by now.
Whoa, what? After a contract? Share life force? Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon.
You know, if Yai Miko is also a familiar, does that mean she's sharing life force with A? These are the questions that plague my mind.
Hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like me.
Yeah, I probably would. I would ally myself with the snake. Guilty as charged.
With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of upsetting your stomach.
Sign me up. I'm game. Where do I sign? You had me at extended lifespan. Everything else is just icing on the cake that I'm going to eat without upsetting my stomach.
Stronger and healthier? Wow, that's amazing!
Maybe I'll be able to bike 18 miles instead of 17 miles a day.
Baizhu, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few days.
The contract's for life, isn't it?
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will be unable to accommodate your wishes, Paimon.
God, that positioning of the sun is really terrible.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face?
It could be misconstrued as an insult. I was just thinking that there's a personality difference here. Baizhu has a weak constitution. And didn't his master pass away at an early age?
Ugh, Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baizhu, you're Mannequin Man! Chung, you're just a pain in the neck!
Damn, Paimon's nickname game is on point today.
This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
Yeah, and as for what the Traveler's thinking in his head, but like if everything Chung-sen just said was true, then it would contradict it. But no, it doesn't, because they're using their life force to heal patients. So that's probably why their lifespans are so shit.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek counsel from the Adepti about this?
Ugh. I'm gonna have to make some jewelry soup again, aren't I?
With how antisocial they are, if it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk.
Actually, I do have someone that I can call. Is it Ganyu? Because I have a bad feeling that we're about to go talk to... the crane lady.
What?
Seems you're as well connected as they say, Traveler. We are truly fortunate to have
Oh,
you
they're talking
on our
about
side.
Zhao, aren't they? Foof.
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
It's Zhao, isn't it? Conqueror of Demons? Why does Zhao show up every time we yell for him? Zhao, are you there? Of course he is.
Called?
Why? Man, I don't even keep this shit on my phone on speed dial anymore. You showing up like this is kind of getting creepy, to be honest.
Gets Paimon every time. Are all Adepti in the habit of materializing out of thin air like this?
No, not really. Well, at least on the bright side, we don't have to talk to Cloud Retainer.
Well, this is unexpected.
One does not simply walk into Juyon Karst. One simply flies and manages mechanical devices. One must also speak in the third person when one wishes to address the great Cloud Retainer. That is one.
Huh? It's you.
Baizhu of Boo Boo Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The Lantern Rite, when we met briefly, I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
So I'm assuming they're referring to a Lantern Rite that I didn't get to participate in.
Huh? You two already know each other?
For those who don't know, or those who don't follow the channel, I've actually only been playing Genshin since about November.
Our paths have crossed once before.
You could have just stepped down from the roof, you didn't have to teleport.
I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me?
We're caught up on almost all the story content, that's why we're just doing this. Basically, I'm at the point where I'm just doing the hangout events to kill time before updates come out. We're gonna do Bennett's hangout event next. Actually, I wanted to ask you about Dead Gods.
So someone has been concocting demonic poison.
I guess I'll get this off here since I haven't talked about it on stream yet, but I do want to play Honkai Star Rail. I'm waiting till I have a bit more free time. And when I don't have a bunch of other games that I'm currently streaming. I still want to get back into Shadowverse, so at some point I'm going to try to get back into streaming more Shadowverse. And maybe I'll do some Honkai Star Rail on the side at that point. I probably want to finish One Piece Odyssey first, and then that'll be when I start deciding on what game is going to take that slot in my streaming schedule.
Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Chinxa village.
Also, somebody told me I think that they're adding Mondstadt as a place you can explore in Honkai Star Rail coming soon. Which, I don't know anything about Honkai Star Rail other than like tertiary information that I've been told. But I guess that's kind of neat.
A vile monster known as the Ch once wrought havoc over this land.
Oh, the Chi of
before it
Yore.
was subdued by Rex Lapis.
Chi of Yore. That's the weird side mission that's going on in this region that I never finished.
The land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Chinxa village was founded some time after that. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Ch is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the leak.
I see.
I do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolutely necessary. But when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again.
Thank you, Zhao.
Nothing.
You recognize the stack.
I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
Who brought that up?
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
Shit, there goes one of the only 2 Animo units I don't own.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them.
I thought we just said that your memories don't work.
That's Xiao for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info to go off of.
The Cha.
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips. If we can find the cave...
Master, there's a problem.
You know, I just realized that Herbalist Guy's outfit is very similar to the Wangshang Funeral Parlor outfit.
Gui? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
That's far, man.
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch your breath and tell me everything.
You know, people running from one location to the other would make a lot more sense if other people could use the teleport waypoints. Paimon has like a dialogue line about them, which means they are a thing and people can use them, but it's never specified who can and who can't use them.
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine one minute, and then he suddenly took a turn for the worse.
We need cell phones or something in this universe.
Already? How?
He had to run all the way here to tell us this. Couldn't you have sent like a messenger pigeon or something?
Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next 3 days at least.
It seems that my worst fears have been confirmed. Everyone, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now.
What do you mean? He spent so much effort running here. Let him rest. Fine. Y'all can run. I'm a teleport. This has not been the most interesting of the story missions so far, but I'm enjoying it. Who would I say had the most interesting one? Maybe Al Haytham's, to be honest.
wrong? Dad?
Oh, there's Chi-Chi. You know, I didn't think about it till now, but I kind of forget that Chi-Chi works here.
Don't be scared. Dr. Baizhu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baizhu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full word out anymore.
When Gui left, he was still conscious. But now...
Gui, please take Jia Liang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
I want to say Chi-Chi's the vocal performance for Chi-Chi is probably one of my favorites. It's one of the most believable performances, and it's exactly what I would expect a Zhang to sound like in this setting.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Of course, Alejandro Saab is very much selling it on the performance of Sino. Brittany Cox's Fischl is also a gem to behold.
Chang Sheng's secret art again, is he?
He probably will.
Is there really no other way to save Jia Liang?
Probably.
Oh, please don't worry. Dr. Baizhu will find a way.
Life has a way. Life finds a way. So does death.
But...
Death finds a way. Gotta wait till the next morning again. Wu Tao is not standing over here watching this time. When does day technically start on this clock? Is it right here at the sun up, or is it like at the end of the night? Do we measure day as first light?
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again, are you?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but somehow I feel even better than usual. Wait, where's Dr. Baizhu? I still haven't had a chance to thank him. Seems he moved me here before I came to.
He's probably recovering from treating you.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row. I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to discuss it properly with Jiang Li once we find her.
Still want to know where she is.
Speaking of which, has there been any word of her whereabouts yet?
We've literally pissed away 2 days looking for her that we could have been looking for her.
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with them again in a bit.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jia Liang. I strongly suggest that you stay and rest at Boo Boo Pharmacy for now. I can accompany Ayu to the Adventurers Guild.
You're not going to get better. At least not until we kill that motherlode. Motherlode.
I suppose you're right. I'll have to rely on you this time. Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baizhu in person once he's finished resting.
Traveler, Baizhu hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat Jia Liang again. Do you think he...
He's fine.
Huh? Hey, wait up!
He's a playable character, and we haven't gotten to his playable character section of his character mission yet. So he's definitely fine. Wait, actually, now that I think about it, there were a few character stories where we didn't get to play as the character.
Huh?
You're finally awake? That was far too risky. Even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. I managed to learn something.
What'd you learn?
Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baizhu's gonna nap for?
They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just...
Who's talking behind our backs again?
Paimon, did you literally assume that he died?
Baizhu! Changsheng!
You both okay?
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion. But, with Changsheng's help, I will recover in time.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so soon?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. Jialiang is in fact suffering from more than one ailment.
Oh my god, how many different dead gods is in this man?
And as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition.
Really?
Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the longer term, causes irreversible damage to the internal organs.
This is really... I keep pointing it out, but there's a lot of parallels to Kale's story in the manga here. Because originally she was suffering from Elazar, and apparently the Fatui ended up giving her basically dead god stuff that allowed her to suppress that. So Jiangli is doing the same thing here. She's suppressing her husband's illness by using dead god juice. Get your dead god juice today, only in 14 installment payments of $99.99.
Though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
So that's why Zhongli did it.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to impact his cognition. Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiangli had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy, or he could have still perished at any moment.
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
Air quotes, gather herbs.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiangli has exposed herself to them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jialiang's life, Jiangli has abandoned all regard for her own safety.
I never suspected that even Jiang Li would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate. To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible. Whatever the cost may be.
There's that word again. Fate.
Well, I think that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized Jia Liang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingsa village and find out where Jiang Li is.
Stuff that I've been saying for 2 whole days now.
Her regular exposure to god remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health. And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
Someone's listening.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baizhu.
It's Jialiang! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything already.
Dr. Baizhu, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiang Li's sake. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I can show you the way. I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you should stay here and rest.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now. Right now.
You could at least mark it on the map and I could narrow the search field.
Before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you sure you're prepared for that?
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue. So why should I fear it?
How grim. Death finds a way.
There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Oh shit, Utao's listening now.
Very well. Then follow me.
It's like she can sense dying people. I mean, I guess she can, actually. She sees spirits.
Dr. Baizhu, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen, and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
Dr. Baizhu, do you mean...
Hop to it now, and remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself again.
Again?
Okay.
Quest for a cure. Formula for a miracle.
Everyone, please be careful.
Oh. I can't believe I haven't bought these. And... you can buy violet grass here? That saves me time. Alright, where's this Cheyun Vale? Mount Akbang, Jing's Village, Stonegate, Talre, Yingyun, Guyon, Dunyu, Jingsupu, Cheyun Vale. Is Cheyun Vale just like a region we haven't unlocked yet? Back to the abandoned house. Can't believe it tries to dive into fucking ankle-deep water from that height. I should consider investing in a new controller. I mainly use wired controllers, but it might be finally time to get a wireless one. Is there a secret domain here?
That strange feeling is back. It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Or because the leakage of Che blood is growing more severe? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's this way.
I hope the wife is okay.
Yes, I'm sure of it.
I just don't want another orphan kid. This guy's days are numbered.
I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way.
I'll protect you.
This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
Yep, here we go. Secret domain.
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue the search.
No, I have to keep going. Jiangli is still waiting for me. Then let's hurry.
This guy's gonna die. Level 82. Recommended Geo. Alright, Noelle.
As you wish.
All up to you. Do we get Baizhu? We do!
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead?
The digging marks here appear amateur and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel.
A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
I still want us to get an entire Archon quest dedicated to the treasure hoarders, because they're like the only main faction that we haven't fully explored yet. And they have a very interesting hierarchy and leader structure. And also, Bao-R might be the leader of the treasure hoarders in Liyue. She might be the big sis that all the treasure hoarders refer to. At least that's my current theory. There's nothing that confirms that.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
Because this place is cursed.
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to, curses. Why can't I remember what she said?
She probably said that it's gonna make your memories go bye-bye.
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going.
Alright.
The doctor will see you now.
That's neat.
A bitter pill to swallow.
this seems like fun. So we'll run around with this for a bit. Villager rolls.
Mind the side effects.
The doctor will see you
Not my glasses.
Not my glasses. You know, I need to get Baizhu on the team so I can do a full glasses team at some point. See, that would be Baizhu, Sucrose.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
Am I forgetting people? I know I'm forgetting people. Glasses and goggles. So it'll be Baizhu, Bennett, Amber, and Sucrose. That's kind of a functioning team. I don't see any dust on the sensor surface. Burn marks are just fresh. I don't think this was left here by the treasure hoarders.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense? You sure? 'Cause we did run into that group of monsters just now.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper inside the cave. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, Jiang Li was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented an opportunity to save Jia Liang's life, albeit as a last resort.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Jiang Li. Yes, this was the place. This is where I told Jiang Li to give me the poison.
Jialiang!
You dying?
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. She is right below us, waiting for me.
She's dead, isn't she? God, I hope she's not dead. Oh good, I didn't have to find a secret hidden lever somewhere.
I can feel it. We're getting close.
That's good.
We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
We can keep going now.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
I'm surprised we didn't get like a traveler adventurer knowledge thing for that. Is that crystal marrow?
Seems like an emergency. A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor will see you.
No one escapes my sights.
Mind the side effects.
Yeah, Baizhu's gameplay seems pretty fun.
Taking a turn for the better.
Feels a little slow, but it's definitely my kind of playstyle.
Hey! Cut to the chase.
All right.
A bitter pill to swallow.
I guess this was just a side room with treasure? Oh, no, there's a path over here. What does he scale off of? Dendro damage, max HP. Healing bonus, Dendro damage bonus, HP. It's just another HP unit, got it.
When on the road, one should take ample time to pause and appreciate the wondrous scenery along the way.
You're about to collapse, aren't you?
I can't activate it. All right. Do I have to get it closer to this one, maybe? I do. Interesting. I love logic puzzles.
Yeah.
A lot of common chests in here.
Zhongli!
Shields your shot.
There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Get him! No escape!
Remember, health comes first. Mind the side effects.
I must leave no stone unturned, as a good knight should.
Alright. Noelle just gonna clean house.
Leave it all to me.
I mean, I guess we could just use Kaching to clean house, to be honest.
lucky that time. Nowhere to hide.
The doctor will see you.
A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor will see you.
Taking a turn for the better.
Yeah, I definitely like his playstyle. I doubt I'll be lucky enough to pull him, though.
How serious is it? Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's destroy the remains right away!
It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what Baizhu said? The poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect.
And the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition under control. So, if it stops working... Oh no. Are you saying...
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After all that, we can't just give up on him!
I kind of had a feeling we were going in this direction from the beginning. I just feel sad for the kid more than anybody else.
Baizhu, you're a great doctor! Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiang Li, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something?
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness. Maybe it's her greatest wish that you will continue to take it and live.
Dr. Baizhu, give it to me straight. How long does Jiang Li have?
I don't know, maybe a day?
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But if I were to treat her using a secret art...
You can't be thinking about that again.
But what would be the point of that? Dr. Baizhu, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You are not the first to mention it to me. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiang Li have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I would have to live with the looming threat of these remains breaking out and wreaking havoc not just upon me, but my entire family.
And that's why their house is over here. And I'm betting the master, or Baizhu's master, was the one that warned you about this before. That was probably the source of the argument.
I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see how you grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis.
You were the one that carved into the wood pole. You wanted to die.
If my choice can bring Jiang Li back, then even if I die...
Jialiang.
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life. Traveler, Dr. Baizhu, could I have another minute with my wife? I just want to have one final moment together. Just a moment. That's all.
Damn. He's gonna go and she's not even gonna be conscious for it.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone.
This is
And
why
I'm
your
sorry
master
that
said to do everything you can for
I
them.
won't be able to repay your kindness in this life.
Jialiang, Baizhu, Changsheng, is there really nothing else you can do?
I am sure that over the years, Jiangli will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides Changsheng's secret art.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiangli would not have had to resort to unnatural methods.
What a crazy situation. Jiangli risked it all to save Jialiang's life. And now, Jialiang has to sacrifice himself to save Jiangli. What's the point of it all?
All we can do now is honor Jiangling's decision and bear witness. Curse you, Elden Ring, for ruining this phrase.
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause? At least, that's what generations of masters before you have always believed.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
True.
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurers Guild to search for you. So, I know that you'll both be okay without me. I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
How do we destroy that thing? I don't think we talked about how you do that yet. Zhao? You just call Zhao and have him do it? Oh, no, wait, you got this? Okay. That was pretty easy. I expected, like, a bigger show of force.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch Ayu grow up.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad. Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing will happen to our family.
Man, they're really hammering this in. I might cry. It's very forced, but I might cry.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live, the tighter we cling to what we have.
Oh, you can't hear her.
Oh, how I would love to hear your voice one last time.
Cutscene?
Jialiang.
Oh, guess not.
Jialiang. 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 Dad, are you awake?
Jiangli, are you? Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
Oh shit, he's a zombie.
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me in detail?
Dr. Baizhu, I thought that I was going to...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
Ah, shit. I called it. You almost got me, game. You almost got me.
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I am as interested as you to find out. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Hu finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
I kind of had a feeling you would be standing somewhere in the room.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for Jia Liang's iron will. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them. And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance. After all, did you not tell Jia Liang to show us the way before we set off for Qingce Village?
Oops. And I'm busted.
I knew you were eavesdropping for some reason.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiang Li in time.
I knew someone was listening in on the conversation. And again, we could have found her 2-3 days ago.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once, but apparently not.
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion a secret, but it seems nothing escapes Dr. Baizhu's attention.
The man knows.
Never underestimate a serpent's sense of smell.
Man, I would love to get his frames. The man has great taste in glasses. That's all I can say.
All I wanted was to help Jia Liang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes making the journey more difficult than it needs to be. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one.
Woohoo!
If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baizhu, and cure Dad for good!
Good luck with that, kid. But as soon as you do figure out the cure for death, give me a call. I have a personal interest in that venture.
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng Funeral Parlor out of business. If you're serious about it, you'll have your work cut out for you.
It's also one of my favorite Magic
Traveler,
the Gathering cards.
Paimon.
Gift of Immortality.
I'll catch you all another time.
Bye, Hutao.
Is she finally gone? All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably do something to celebrate this hard-earned family reunion.
Such as? Paimon's idea of a celebration can only mean one thing.
At times like this, a grand celebratory feast is in order.
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Zhongli and Ayu around the dinner table.
This was a hard-won meal. Maybe I'll whip up something too. It's been a while.
Hey, Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off to the market for some fresh ingredients. Let's go!
I was gonna make some jewelry super anyway, because at one point I thought we were gonna go to see Cobb Retainer. Thank God we didn't.
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just doing my duty.
Something Master's dying wish.
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu, Changsheng, would you mind if we took this conversation outside?
Oh, looks like the last bit of this is going to take place while we're not present. Oh, we're playing as Baizhu now. Missable cutscene.
Now that you are part zombie,
Oh God.
there are some rules that you need to know.
Oh God.
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening.
First, don't forget to stretch your body regularly. Second, don't forget to...
You see, this is what I mean. Chi-Chi is one of the most underrated characters. This vocal performance, mwah, chef's kiss.
Yes? Go on. Don't forget to...
I forgot.
The I forgot meme will also chef's kiss. Oof. That's a missable cutscene, I guess. That was hilarious. That scene right there was worth this entire thing. Now, I wonder if the other my original theory, I didn't say it on the stream yet, was that the dispute or argument would have been who would have inherited Changsheng from the Master. That could still be correct, but it's starting to look like it was more about the whole
Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in
the dead god parts.
Changsheng, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu.
Ah, I turned into the Traveler.
I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way it functions.
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're not too upset at me for copying your methods.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, I believe you would have eventually arrived at the same approach. But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of it. Jialiang's still only been in your care for a few days.
Yeah, a few days. Literally, we should have been looking for you since day one, though. I'm annoyed that we put it off by almost 3 days.
Not just that. You even managed to improve upon the original formula. That cannot be explained by intellect alone. Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you try out some of the poison on yourself?
He did. He definitely did.
Huh. Told you the truth would surface sooner or later.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changsheng's contract lets you transfer between bodies, is it?
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art also allows for the transfer of toxins and diseases. When I treated Jialiang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this allow me to alleviate the burden on him, but it also gave me an opportunity to study its properties.
I assumed that you did it the first time, not the second time.
There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed, any remaining poison in me will have already dissipated.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the god's remains back there, then even you might have... What am I saying? I'm in no position to criticize you for this. The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old. And I didn't want him using up any more of his own life force to treat my husband. But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. And then you tried the poison on yourself, too. It looks like both of us have ended up going the same way as our master before us. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, having given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death, whatever the cost? Maybe our fate is sealed the moment we decide to study medicine.
I doubt that. You're doing a great and noble cause. Medicine is the truest and noblest pursuit in my eyes. That and teaching. It shapes the future for a better world.
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changshang to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself. There are so many that, some of them, I don't even recognize. Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu Vale believes in the same thing.
Hey, food's ready!
Interesting.
Mom, come and join us. The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes and said even Dad'll be able to taste them. Come and try them out.
Satisfying salad and coconut milk.
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, slow down. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you, but please don't forget that if one day you're not around anymore, Qiqi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you, they will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I can only hope so.
Baizhu, what did Jiang Li mean by not around anymore? Are you gonna be okay?
Also, when Shangsheng was talking about fate, what did she mean exactly?
Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Zhang Li's master, has passed away at a young age.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said that the contract with you helps people live longer.
It does.
It is a very long story.
Cutscene time!
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps.
Truly noble.
Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors, and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is until I tried to use the art to save my own disciples, beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poison chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured.
Yep.
Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojun. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
The quest for immortality
The
begins.
contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
Sorry, Paimon.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the laws of life and death. Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they cannot help but reach beyond human means. They are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope in a dark world filled with pain and suffering.
Okay, step 1, gain immortality. Step 2, heal people. Step 3, profit.
So, Baizhu, does that mean...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jia Liang feared for Jiang Li's life, or Jiang Li grieved over Jia Liang's sacrifice. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. But I do not wish to join their ranks, nor do I wish to pass on this contract to anyone else in the future.
Huh? But didn't you already transfer a ton of diseases onto yourself?
What makes a poison poison? And what makes a disease a disease? When it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms that affect the operations of the human body? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact be a kind of poison. Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no different from the way our ancestors tested the medicinal qualities of herbs by sampling each and every one.
The true question to me, though, even should you achieve immortality, You would still have to overcome erosion.
I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Chengsheng to perish from losing her host. This leaves only one solution, doesn't it?
Become immortal yourself.
Precisely. I will be Chengsheng's final host, and the tradition of passing down the contract will end with me.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me. You're getting greedy, Baizhu.
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us human?
True. This man might be the closest thing to eternity.
For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up towards the moon.
For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Dr. Baizhu, Traveler, what are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
There's Mr. Spelltag over there.
We also have coconut.
Yes!
For Changsheng and Paimon. Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten.
Paimon, leave some grub for me.
I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy her body and mind.
True. And yet, although we call them simple pleasures, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?
Indeed they are. Let's just check and see if there's anything in the back room. Nope. 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 And nope. One last area to check. Now that we know what goes on in the woods, it's time to check and see what's going on over here. You never know if there's secret little extra conversations. I wonder how many people found this house and wondered if it was ever going to be important, or if this house was even here before this mission. We're going to Natlan. Mom told me that there would be herbs there that aren't in any medicine books. I have heard that the hot springs in Natlan help the muscle relaxation with body circulations. Perhaps they'll be beneficial for Zhongyong. Let's not think too much about that for now and focus on the journey. We're going to enjoy every moment we can spend as a family. At the end of the message, you see 3 crudely drawn stick figures that shows a man, a woman, and their son holding hands as they set off on a new journey. I'm glad I came here and saw that. That's amazing. Journal's gone. Poison's gone. I hope this thing turns out well for them. Who knows? Maybe we'll see them in Natlan. I hope everyone bookmarks this, because this could be very important news. Now, I did say if we were under 3 hours, we'd do some reaction stuff. So, we're going to do that. So, I'm going to switch to my live scene real quick as we close out this game. because I want to keep my email the way it is, I guess. So let's try to open up ye olde Google. Let's close out that. And then we'll probably create a highlight segment of this for later. Okay. Close the game out, close that up, open this up, move this over there, and... Alright. Boy, has it been a while since we've done any React content. There's going to be so much to react to. Will it load? Let's switch to a new scene. Let's do my Roll20 scene. Yeah, that should be good. Ah, look at my rec feed. Oh, gross. See all this crazy stuff that's in my feed. Ah, there's the story teaser for Shangzheng's thing. I haven't watched that yet. Looks like they finally uploaded that. So we will be starting with character teaser, an elusive curative. We'll watch Edifice of Sincerity, character demo, collected miscellany. Yeah, so here we go. I'll probably have to reduce the volume on this.
Prepare 10 parts of violet grass and 3 of star-conch shells. Mash them together with some fresh glaze lilies, filter with gauze, and consume the resulting herbal brew.
That's weird.
Oh? Does something about this prescription displease you?
Oh, not at all. I have complete confidence in your
his hairpin
prescriptions.
is a pen.
They work every time. It's just that this prescription is for a pair of siblings based in Mondstadt.
Mondstadt? Then these ingredients will not be easy to procure.
Most of them are fine. It's just the glaze lilies. They don't come cheap, especially not fresh ones. Poor Anthony will have to work a lot of extra hours to afford this.
Oh. It's Anthony.
This new prescription, though not as fast-acting, will allow gradual recovery and buildup of strength, making it well-suited to someone who's been suffering from a long illness. The needed ingredients can also be found around Mondstadt.
Wait, dendro-processed berries?
Strange afflictions require stranger remedies, no? I have another backup solution. You'll need to boil some frog skins and lizard tails before adding a few drops of Changsheng's venom.
This one will be fine.
Poor Anthony. Your sister's gonna be sick for a long time.
Wait a minute. A few drips of what from whom?
That was a good one. I like that. Oh, that was a nice little short piece. Then we have the Kaveh demo.
Nice to meet you. I'm Kaveh, an architect. You must have seen the Palace of Alcazarzaray before. I sacrificed so much for that. Everyone else thought I'd lost my mind. You don't spend all your savings on your hobbies, do you? You definitely don't want to end up borrowing money in a moment of impulsivity.
That was the line from the event.
Debt is miserable.
I can't believe I didn't catch on to this from the previous time we saw him, but I can't believe I didn't make the connection that he's a Claymore user. I see a sword. I see a tall man. I don't
Watch and learn.
immediately notice that the sword is bigger than he is.
Come at me. Sight clear.
Also, I love the toolbox. Toolbox is great.
There's still room for improvement.
Sorry,
Where
call
are
eh?
my finishing touches before the deadline creeps up. Is that the client? Wait. Oh, it's you.
Kave's an interesting guy. I really like him. I hope we pull a copy of him. At some point. Alright, now it's time for Baizhu's character demo. Haven't seen this yet. Ooh, look at that cinematic jump in quality. Ooh, treasure hoarder. Oh no, he chi blocked him.
It seems this elixir has attracted some difficult customers.
Belligerence and avarice. For these vices, I'm afraid I can offer no cure.
A good beating ought to do it.
I don't like the reach of his attacks. That's the only thing I don't like about him so far from what we played. This is very serene.
As flowers wither, so does life fade.
I really like his coat.
There's no escaping it.
Oh, the bug's dying.
Hand over the elixir.
He healed the bug!
Or you die tonight!
My mortality is no one's concern but mine. Remember, health comes first.
Man, I'm loving this.
Taking a turn for the better.
There's like a whole lot of nothing happening, but they're managing to make it seem very cinematic. Where did you pop up from?
Baizhu, the dew. Here you go.
This remedy is powerful, yet painstaking to concoct. Ineffective without moonlight dew as a potentiator, but just a drop will cure Gui's cold in no time.
All this for a cold?
Cold medicine? You came all the way out here for cold medicine?
I'm with this guy.
Before seeking to steal it, I have serious concerns for your cognitive health.
They didn't know what it
round of
was.
Treatment has clearly failed. Let's try a stronger dose.
No, please, no.
What is he doing to that man? Oh my god. Oh, that was great. It was a little bit longer than it needed to be. That was 3 minutes. But it was very good nonetheless. XY, dear old friend. If you haven't heard this song, go ahead. Listen to that. That's amazing. Wow. That was pretty good. And it's collected miscellany time.
It's said that chronic illness makes a medical expert out of the patient. This would seem to ring true for Baizhu, a skilled doctor of weak constitution. But delve a little deeper, and one is left questioning the true relationship between Dr. Baizhu's ailments and expertise.
Time for a house call.
To heal the sick is a doctor's lifelong calling. Baizhu constantly monitors the well-being of those around him, treating ailments when the earliest symptoms arise. His dendrovision enables him to protect his teammates and provide a range of treatments to suit any scenario.
I'm looking forward to finding out when he got his dendrovision.
Baizhu's familiarity with the medicinal effects of common herbs is useful knowledge during medical emergencies in the wild. When Baizhu is in the party, interacting with certain harvestable items will heal the active character, meaning more time spent adventuring and less spent recovering.
It reminds me of that one artifact set that you
Baizhu's
get at the
normal
beginning of
attack
the game.
can
The
perform up
adventurer
to
set?
4 frontal strikes that deal dendro damage. His charged attack consumes a set amount of stamina to deal AoE dendro damage in front of him after a short casting time.
It's a little interruptible is the only drawback there.
Upon casting his elemental skill, Baizhu sends a gossamer sprite to cruise and attack nearby enemies, dealing dendro damage. After it performs a certain number of attacks, or if there are no enemies nearby, the sprite will return. Upon its return, the sprite heals all nearby party members based on Baizhu's max HP. After unlocking the talent 5 Fortunes Forever, Baizhu's abilities are enhanced in different ways depending on the active character's current HP.
Interesting.
If their HP is less than a certain percentage, Baizhu's healing bonus is increased. If their HP is equal to or more than a certain percentage, Baizhu's dendro damage bonus is increased.
That's also neat.
Taking a turn for the better.
When Baizhu casts his elemental burst, he enters the pulsing clarity state, creating a seamless shield that absorbs dendro damage with increased effectiveness.
Okay.
While the pulsing clarity state is active, a new seamless shield is generated at regular intervals. While a character is under the protection of seamless shield, whenever the shield regenerates, expires, or is destroyed, the active character is healed based on Baizhu's max HP.
That's a pretty good burst, not gonna lie. That might make him the best shielder in the game.
Which attack enemies,
Sorry, Noel.
dealing dendro damage. Medicine is a vast and complex discipline whose methods range from the strictly therapeutic to the thoroughly transformative.
His basic
After
attack
unlocking
combo
the
string is
talent
the only
All
thing I
Things Are
really
of the
don't like
Earth,
about his playstyle.
when a character is healed by Baizhu's seamless shield, they will gain the Year of Verdant Favor effect, which increases damage dealt by burning, bloom, hyperbloom, burgeon, spread, and aggravate reactions triggered by that character. The size of the damage boost depends on the elemental reaction, and scales off of Baizhu's max HP up to a certain limit.
So he could actually,
This
he's a
effect
really good
lasts for
support.
limited duration.
He can support by
Baizhu
the healer,
avoids life
support,
and death
damage
battles like
buffer.
the plague, and does his utmost to stop comrades from becoming casualties. In battle, Baizhu casts his
He does
elemental
everything.
skill, sending out a gossamer sprite to deal dendro damage to enemies, and heal all nearby party members upon its return. When energy is full, Baizhu enters the pulsing clarity state by providing protection and healing for his teammates with his seamless shield, and also unleashing spirit veins to deal dendro damage to enemies.
I wonder if he
Baizhu
works well
gives
with
his team
Wanderer.
healthy
Any good
odds of
every time a
finishing
new
battle
shielder
in
or
one
like
piece.
support comes out, I just want to know how well that will work with Wanderer. Because Wanderer's
Humans
biggest
typically
problem
live
is he
short
is support
lives.
dependent.
People chase after immortality for countless reasons, most of them selfish in nature, but Baizhu defies the norm. I know of no one else who yearns for eternal life as a means to endure limitless suffering. Perhaps this stubborn defiance is necessary to practice medicine. What doctor can expect to bring patients back from the brink who does not cling to the hope of life despite impossible odds? However sheer his determination, the future is always uncertain. But surely anyone bold enough to shoulder responsibility for the lives and deaths of others deserves reverence and respect.
That must mean a lot coming from you, Dane, who actually is kind of sort of immortal. Whenever Dane's Leaf becomes playable, I'm imagining it's going to be a laundry list of just voice lines in there of, hey, what do you think of this character? 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 And the list will go on. But I hope that Baizhu is on that list, just because I would love to see an interaction between Baizhu and Dane. That is an interaction that I need to see. Last one. Kaveh's collected Miscellany. Is it gonna be another Danesplain?
When Dory was planning to build her residence, she at first envisaged a cozy luxury home in a quiet spot far from the city, with ample space to house her countless possessions. But with the aid of renowned architect Kaveh, the palace of Alcazar-Zareh has ended up as an iconic landmark known far and wide. Dory occasionally grumbles about this unexpected twist of fate, but in Kaveh's life, unintended consequences like these are all too typical.
Is that the client?
Hatham's house.
Wait. Oh, it's you!
Kaveh is rarely without his assistant, Marak, a multifunctional tool that runs on ancient technology. As well as assisting him with routine mapping work, Marak also helps Kaveh deal with all manner of unforeseen incidents. When trying to strike a balance between aesthetics and practicality, budgeting is an essential skill.
He doesn't have it,
When
though.
Kaveh crafts landscape, building, and courtyard-type furnishings, some materials are refunded, ensuring efficient utilization.
Ooh.
Kaveh's
I definitely need to pull him.
Uses Marak to combo up to 4 strikes, dealing physical damage to enemies. His charged attack consumes stamina over time to perform continuous
We don't
rapid
have enough
slashes,
characters that have an ability that
finishing
affects
with
the
an
teapot at
especially
all.
powerful slash. When he casts his elemental skill,
Madam Ping
Kaveh
unlocked when?
attacks using Marak's mapping ability, performing a radial scan that deals AoE dendro damage and causes all dendro cores in range.
I wonder if he'll
to
do that,
burst.
actually. Give us characters like Madam Ping or Cloud Retainer when they were in
After
their
unlocking
prime.
the talent An Architect's Undertaking, when Kaveh is hit by dendro cores damage, including Burgeon and Hyperbloom damage, he will restore HP based on his elemental mastery. This effect can be triggered once per set time period.
Kaveh definitely has one of the most interesting kits, and I
Breaking
really
new
hope I
ground.
pull him, but I probably won't.
Kaveh's elemental burst unleashes the full power of Marak, which maps out a cubic area, dealing AoE dendro damage to all enemies within it, and causing all dendro cores in range to burst. For a set duration, it also enhances Kaveh's combat capabilities by increasing his resistance to interruption, expanding his normal, charged, and plunging attack range, and converting his attacks into dendro damage that cannot be overridden. Additionally, all dendro cores created by your own party members' bloom reactions will deal additional damage when they burst. These effects will be cleared once Kaveh leaves the field. The mind of an artist is always busily conjuring up strange and
here we go.
wondrous ideas, never stopping even in the heat of battle. After unlocking the talent A Craftsman's Curious Conceptions, during the period of Kaveh's elemental burst, after Kaveh strikes an opponent with a normal, charged, or plunging attack, his elemental mastery will be increased. This effect can be triggered once per set time period, and is stackable up to a limit. When the elemental burst duration expires, these effects are cleared. The path of the idealist is rarely a smooth one. Even the kindest of souls must find the strength to confront the obstacles ahead. In battle, Kaveh makes deft use of his elemental skill. He scans for all dendro cores in a certain range, instantly causing them to burst and deal dendro damage to enemies. When energy is full, Kaveh uses Marak at full power, dealing dendro damage to enemies and enhancing his
Man,
personal
why is it
combat
I always enjoy the
capabilities
4
for a
stars so
period
much
of time?
more than the 5 stars?
Kaveh continues to deal dendro damage with his normal attack and elemental skill, while boosting damage dealt by bursting dendro cores, finally tackling the problems in his life once and for all.
I wonder what the best Claymore will be for
Many
him.
struggle to
Maybe
understand
I'll
how
give him the
Kaveh,
bell.
despite his academic brilliance, has wound up leading a life fraught with disappointments.
Always poor.
The objective truth is that Kaveh is his own worst enemy and brings most of his woes upon himself. And yet, I find myself reluctant to be too critical of him.
Really?
After all, surely anyone with a heart would be moved after witnessing Kaveh stand up for what he believes in.
Makes me really sad that a lot of people aren't going to be able to see what happens during the event. Luckily, some people, myself included, have documented a large portion of the event in their playthrough. But sadly, a large portion of Kaveh's character was in that event. That event was basically the Kaveh story quest. And to an extent, it was very much a Layla and Farazan story quest too. But I think that's enough of me chattering and prattling on. But this has always been fun. Thank you for everyone who stopped by. And for anybody who wants to see more of me in the future, you can always follow me either here on Twitch. This also will be on YouTube at some point as well. You can also see when I do stuff like this, and I react to a lot of stuff off stream, and I usually do that in my Discord. So if people want to see more React content from me, you should probably bug me on Discord, or even you could probably DM me on Twitter, send me stuff there as well. For the most part, this has been a fun. I'll see you all in the next stream. Bye-bye.